Hello everyone, .NET 9 is released. It is successor to .NET 8 which has some special focus on cloud native applications and performance. It will be supported for 18 months as a standard term support release. If you have .NET 8 and want to upgrade to .NET 9, so let's see how can we do it. Open the Visual Studio, go to Windows, check for updates. So my current version is 17.11.4 and I can upgrade to 17.12.0 because for .NET 9 you need to install at least 7.12.0. So let's update it. Okay, the installation is complete. So you see now we have 17.12.0. So we have upgraded our Visual Studio to 17.12.0. While upgrading to 17.12.0, the .NET SDK 9 is also installed. You can also manually download .NET SDK 9 and install it from this path. From the Windows PowerShell, we can double check if .NET 9 SDK is installed. So it's there. While we go on Microsoft official website, you can see a lot of changes documented here. You can review these changes. I will share link of this page in the description. For example, we go to ASP.NET Core. So we see a lot of things here. For example, we see this change middleware type with multiple constructors. So here you can see what was the previous behavior of a middleware. So when you wanted to create a custom middleware, for example, in .NET 9, the behavior for selecting constructor in middleware has changed. Previously, if a middleware type had multiple constructors that could be satisfied by dependency injection, the constructor with the most parameter was automatically chosen, right? In new behavior starting with .NET 9, this automatic selection only occurs if the dependency injection container implements I service provider is service. If it doesn't, the middleware instantiation fails at runtime and an exception is thrown. Neither constructor is automatically preferred. If multiple constructors are viable, the application throws an exception at runtime, right? Such as system invalid operation, multiple constructor accepting all give it argument type have been found, something like this. For example, we see another change. Starting in .NET 9, there is a behavioral change in how FromKeyedServicesAttribute works for dependency injection. In previous behavior, when a keyed service specified with FromKeyedServicesAttribute was not registered as a keyed service but existed as a non-keyed service, the non-keyed service was injected without raising an error, right? If service 1 was not registered as a keyed service but iService was available, the iService instance was injected. In new behavior starting with .NET 9, an invalid operation exception is thrown if the specified keyed service is not found, right? Actually, this ensures consistent behavior for service registration across the dependency injection system. And what is the reason for change? So we see the update introduces validation logic to prevent misconfiguration bugs related to keyed service. Actually, this aligns the behavior with the expectation that missing service should result in an exception, improving debugging and reliability. Let's see another change. The behavioral change in .NET 9 regarding the default primary handler of HttpClientFactory affects how handlers are configured and used for named and type HTTP client objects. In its previous behavior, the default primary handler for HttpClientFactory was HTTP handler. Developers could cast the HTTP handler to HTTP client handler to configure its properties like use cookies or client certificates, right? But in new behavior, the default primary handler is no socket HTTP handler on platforms that support it. On platforms where socket HTTP handler is unavailable, like .NET Framework, HTTP client handler remains the default. Casting the default handler to HTTP client handler will throw an invalid cause exception if it is actually a socket HTTP handler. Similarly, we see another change for support for empty variable. Similarly, we see another change for support for empty environment variables. In .NET 9, support was added for setting an environment variable to an empty string using environment.set environment variable. In previous behavior, passing string.empty or null for the value deleted the environment variable. In new behavior, setting null deletes the environment variable, while setting string.empty set the environment variable to an empty value and retain its behavior of assigning an empty value. We have highlighted only a few of the exciting new features and changes in .NET, right? Including improvements to HTTP Client Factory, support for empty variables, and stricter validation for keyed services. These enhancements demonstrate the commitment. So, however, there is much more to explore in .NET 9. Including additional features like performance optimization, API enhancements, and tool updates. So, discover all these capabilities. Check out .NET 9 official documentation for a comprehensive overview, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.